Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be practicing what we learned in the previous video. And if you missed that video, I'm going to put the link to it in the description. But basically, we went over how to find the highest common factor of two algebraic products. And in today's video, we're going to be practicing with some more examples. Okay, so the first example I want to go through is the following. I want to find the highest common factor of 18 p squared q squared and 6pq. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to break both of them down into their simplest parts, just as we did in the last video. And then we're going to see what's in common between them both. So let's start with 18p squared q squared. This is equal to, now the 18 can be broken down into 2 times 9. Right, so I'm just going to replace 18 with 2 times 9 times p squared is the same thing as p times p times, and now q squared is the same thing as q times q. Okay, now if we look at what we have here, the only thing that can be broken down further is the 9, right? The 2 is a prime number, right? It can't really be broken down. P and Q are variables that we don't know, right? We don't know what they are, so we can't really break them down. So the only thing that we can break down here is the 9. So this is equal to 2, and 9 is 3 times 3, right? So 2 times, I'm going to replace 9 with 3 times 3. And then I'm going to keep the rest as it is. Okay, so this is just, okay, that's it. That's all we could have done to break this down, right? So 2 and 3 are prime numbers, and again, we don't know what p and q are, so that's as much as we can do. Now let's go to 6pq. So 6 is just 2 times 3, and then we have times p times q. And that's it, right? 2 and 3 are prime numbers. P and Q, we don't really know what they are. So that's as much as we can do. And now we got to look at the common factors that they have, right? So I'm going to switch colors to red, and I'm going to highlight them. So I see a 2 here and a 2 here. So I'm going to highlight that. That's one thing in common between them. I see a 3 here and a 3 here. So I'm going to highlight a 3. I see a P here and a P here, so I'm going to highlight this. And finally, I see one Q that is in common between them both, so I'm going to highlight it. And the way we find the highest common factor is we just multiply all of the factors that are in common between them both. Okay, so this is equal to, what are the factors that are in common between them both? It's 2 times 3 times P times Q. And this is just equal to 2 times 3 is just 6. So we have 6 times P times Q, or we can just write it as 6pq. And that's it, we're done. So the highest common factor of 18p squared q squared and 6pq is 6pq. Okay? So let's do another example. Let us now try to do the following. Let's try to find the highest common factor of 3 times the quantity x plus 3 and the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity x plus 3. Okay, and again, we're just going to use the same method. We're going to break both of these algebraic products down to their simplest parts, and then we're going to see what's in common between them both. So let's start with 3 times x plus 3. Right, this is just equal to, now the 3 is a prime number, so we can't break it down further. And x plus 3 is also, is something we don't know, right? We don't know what x plus 3 is, and that's because we don't know what x is. So we can't really break both of them down. So this is just 3 multiplied by x plus 3. That's the best we could do. Right, now let's go to this second algebraic product. So this is x plus 1 all multiplied by x plus 3. So do we know what x plus 1 is? No, we don't. And that's because we don't know what x is. So we're just going to leave it as it is. So x plus 1 times, and the same thing goes for x plus 3. We don't really know what it is. So we're just going to leave it. Okay, and now we're going to look at what are the common factors that they have. And the only thing that I see in common between them both is the x plus 3. So I'm going to highlight it. And since that's the only factor, it's going to be the highest common factor. And that's it. Okay, so I hope that made sense. And finally, we're gonna do one more example. And always feel free to pause the video and try out the examples yourself, and then see what you do. So the third and final example we're going to do is we're going to now find the highest common factor of 3 algebraic products. So we're going to find the highest common factor of, let me undo this, 15a, 20ab, and finally 30b. Okay, so let's start with breaking down the 15a. 15a is equal to, now 15 is the same thing as 3 times 5. So 3 times 5 times a. 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, so we've broken this down as much as we can. So that's it. Let's go to 20ab now. Um, 20 is just equal to 5 times 4. So we have 5 times 4 times a times b. And here, the only thing that can be broken down further is the 4. So we're going to break this down. This is equal to 5 times 4 is just 2 times 2. So we're going to replace the 4 with 2 times 2, and then times a times b. And that's it. That's all we can do here. Now let's go to the 30b. $30 is equal to 5 times 6. So you have 5 times 6 times b. And here we can break down the 6 further. This is equal to 5 times the 6 is just 2 times 3 times b. Okay, so now let's look at what's in common between all of these algebraic products. Right? So here I see a 3 with the 15a, I see a 3 with the 30b, but I don't see any 3 with the 20ab, sorry. So I'm not going to highlight this. I see a 5 in 15a, I see a 5 in 20ab, and I see a 5 in 30b, so I'm going to highlight this 5. Let's actually switch colors to the red color, so I'm going to highlight this 5 because it's in common between all the 3 algebraic products. Okay, the 2 is in common between the 20ab and 30b, but it's not in 15a. Alright, so we're just going to take what's in common between all of them. And finally, what do we have? That's it. That's actually the only thing that's in common between all of them. It's just the 5. Okay, so your highest common factor, the highest common factor of all these algebraic products is just equal to 5. And that's it. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was simple. If I confused you anywhere, please let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you took something away from this video, and I'll see you next time.